Hey guys, welcome back. Today I have a special order or a special request for an anniversary gift, and I'm gonna make arrangement out of these grocery store flowers. These flowers are ones that came from Publix. It's the 3 for 12s. So I'm gonna show you how you can turn this into a designer bouquet. So keep on watching. The next step, I already took them out of all the pieces of plastic. And then the next step I'll do is I will dunk all these flower heads in water, just plain water, to kind of rehydrate them. And then after I do that, I'll come back and we'll start designing. Okay guys, as some of you know, I work in my basement. And so I'm just in my basement bathroom. I got these all set in water. And I'm gonna let them kind of sit there and hydrate for about 20 to 30 minutes, okay? This really helps the grocery store flowers because by the time they get from the farm to the grocery store, they're really dehydrated. So I'll just let those sit, okay? Okay, so my flowers have been kind of hydrating in this water for about 30 minutes. So I'm gonna get ready to take them out. And I'm going to trim the stems, okay? And what I'll do to trim the stems is use a knife, okay? You want to use a sharp knife and cut on an angle, okay? So I'll just cut like that. Cut all the stems on a short angle like that, okay? So I use a knife and not a scissor. I'm gonna go ahead and trim all these stems and come right back, okay? Okay, I've cut most of my stems, but I do want to kind of show you how I do it. So I'm really holding the flower in between my thumb and my forefinger, holding the knife on the forefinger, and then pulling back to make that short cut. And you kind of see how dry that is in there. These also need to hydrate at the bottom as well. I also will take off my roses, almost all of the foliage, okay? And a lot of people mess up by not taking this off. It's free foliage, but it's kind of usually damaged by the time you get them out of a grocery store. You can also remove some of those petals, especially if they have like little brown tips like here. And you literally can just pull those off, okay? Be careful because the heads, they're a little bit firmer now because they hydrated, but they could be weak and you could break the flower. But you want to take off these. These are known as your guard petals, okay? And so I'll continue to do that, and that's part of processing, and I put it in some water as soon as you cut it, okay? Make sure it touches the bottom and hit some of that water, okay? And this is all just fresh, clear, cool water. Not hot water, but not cold water, just kind of cool. Think of how it would be if you, I had got a call while I was talking about that, but you want it to be cool water. You don't want it to be hot water, just kind of cool, okay? So I'm going to continue to take off this foliage and then take off these kind of broken or bent up guard petals. And then I'll come back when we're ready to design. Okay, this is all the scraps that I have. Just where I picked up all those leaves, any guard petals that were on there. This is all of the scraps. And next, when I come back, we'll be ready to kind of show you how I design them. Okay, so just so you know, we have about 6 roses, not about, but exactly 6 roses going into here. We have, looks like 5 big, large mums, 1, 2, 3, 4 Astrameria, and about 3 bunches of spray roses, okay? It doesn't seem like a lot, but this is very cost effective, and I'll show you me arranging them and how we can boost them up with like ribbons and bows to make it fill the vase. All right, so let's get designing. I processed these. I've let them soak, the heads soak. I've cut them on a slant at the bottom, and I've let them kind of soak. And I've removed all of the dead foliage or anything like guard petals. And I also have this one. The head fell off this rose, but these leaves are very high up, and so I can keep this as some greenery. So I will keep these, but I removed the leaves on most of everything except for the astromeria. So that's where our foliage will come in. But yeah, I always strip down all my leaves because that will cause bacteria in the water and they won't stay fresh as long. Okay, so let's get to designing. Okay, so I'm going to start with one rose in the center and kind of a large bunch of this, or maybe I'll do a small bunch. A small bunch of this baby's breath, okay? This looks like it has seen better days. So I'm gonna let that hydrate a little bit in that water. So we're gonna start with a baby's breath, okay? And some astromeria. And then from here, I'm going to start layering, but at an angle. So you want to bring your flower up at an angle, you see that? And then turn, okay? And then just start adding your other flowers in there. Some more baby's breath. And then turn. I'm just going to keep doing that. Keep adding flowers at an angle and then turn. Okay? Now I'll be back. Okay. Let me lift you up. So I just did that like turn and twist method, and it's not finished, but I'm going to find a vase. And in the meantime, while I'm finding a vase, I'm going to tie it off. Okay? So I'm going to show you how I tie it off. Get my ribbon here. And I just always use Flora satin. And I'm just going to take a piece and wrap it around just to kind of hold it. See that there? And I literally just set it down, okay? I made a little tie there, and then I'm gonna find a vase, and I'm gonna come right back. And it looks a little bit messy, but when I put it in the vase, we can make some arrangements, okay? Okay, so I have a few options here for a vase. I got this one from Top Shelf, sorry. And it was originally $10, but I only paid $1 for it, 90% off. This one, it says $6 on there. I think that came from Home Goods. I probably bought that at 75% off. This one, I'm not sure where that one came from. And then I have this one, which I know was a penny when Red Clover used to go at remodels. And I think to get that designer look and to utilize the full budget, I think I'm going to use this big pot here. Yep, I think I'm going to use that. I think those colors will look nice. And filled in here, okay? So I'm going to come back with those flowers cut to fit that vase. All right, I happen to know that the bride's wedding colors, when they were married 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I believe they said, were burgundy and blush. And so I will be using these 2 ribbons. And because my pot is actually a little bit too big for the flowers that I have in there, I'm going to beef it up with lots of bows and ribbon. So I'm going to use the same method that I always use, which is the rolling roll, fold, and cut method. And I'm going to add a lot of ribbons to this. So small ones, big ones, all in between. So I'm going to come back and get those bows ready for you. And then I'll show you a final take when I finish. Okay, so I used the same floral satin to make a variety of these bows in those colors that I talked about. Some are just solid wispy ones, some are like thicker, and I'm going to attach them to these floral sticks and pick in so I can put them inside my arrangement. And I will use some floral wire to do that. And I will attach it to each one of these sticks with some floral wire. This is just a little knot that I had left over. And then they'll go in my arrangement. You can get these floral sticks from Amazon, okay? All right, welcome back. So the next step is to literally get a spray bottle of water and I mix in the packet flower food. And then I spray this whole bouquet. And because I'm using that floral satin, this ribbon can get wet and I just spray the whole entire bouquet. All right, so I'm gonna spray this down and I'm gonna come back because this will also be presented with a chantilly cake from Publix Bakery. And I'll get that and I'll add the card. Her parents already signed the card. So I'm going to get this anniversary gift complete.